Here's a story of the Seder, fantastic uh, Seder night, a Passover Seder night of Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Bradichev. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Bradichev, he lived at the same time as the Alter Rebbe, the first Rebbe of Chabad. They were very good friends. And he was a genius, knew the whole Torah, tremendously spiritual person, did amazing miracles, and knew all the Kabbalistic secrets and everything like that. And there's a lot of stories about him, how enthusiastic he was, how warm he was. But here's the story of his Passover Seder night. So he had pupils. Let's say he was sitting together with his pupils, 20 pupils, 30. And the Seder night that he made, you drink 4 cups of wine, you eat the matzah, you talk about how going out of Egypt. And each one of these things is tremendously deep secrets and tremendous enthusiasm and, connecting to the Creator. So he finished the Seder night. It was, let's say, 2, 3 in the morning. And suddenly you heard a heavenly voice came out, thundering voice. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Bradichev, your Seder Passover has been accepted in the highest realms of heaven. How was it? So he looked at his pupils and he saw that nobody seemed to hear anything, just he was hearing this. So the voice continued to say, but there's someone's Seder in your town of Bradichev that was better. And that is Shmerel, the shoemaker, the cobbler. And the message. So he looks around, he says to his pupils, did you hear anything? They said, no. Hear what? What do we hear? So he realized it was a heavenly voice just for him. So he said to his pupils, listen, do you know anybody in this town? You go and fix your shoes. Do you know anybody called Shmerel the cobbler? So they can't figure out what this got to do with the night of Passover, and he just finished this he was like an angel. He was just, flaming up to God. Now he's talking about fixing shoes. So they said, Shmerel, I don't know. They talked to one another. Shmerel, the shoemaker. No, we don't know. There's a couple of shoemakers here. We take our shoes to Moshe, the shoemaker, and that's what they're not. Shmerel, no. So the Rabbi Yitzchak says, okay, good. Finish the night. I'm going to go for a walk. I'll go alone. So he goes outside, he walks around, and there's nobody in the streets. It's 2, 3 in the morning. So he figured he'll go stand by the mikveh. Because sometimes those Jews wake up really early in the morning, and they go to the mikveh first of all, and he'll ask them. So he stands by the mikveh, and he's asking people, oh, Rabbi, happy holiday, Rabbi, happy holiday. He said, listen, do you know anybody called Shmerel the cobbler? He says, Shmerel the cobbler? Yeah, the shoemaker cobbler. He said, no, there's a couple of shoemakers here in the town, but there's nobody called Shmerel the cobbler. Finally, someone says, listen, there's no one called Shmerel the cobbler, but I remember there's a fellow called Shmerel the drunkard, Shmerel the shikar. And if I remember correctly, 30 years ago, he tried to be a cobbler for like a week or 2. And it was just a disaster. I remember that he put the nails in the wrong way, and he had complaints. And maybe that's him. So it could be. Where does he live? He says, well, I think he's still alive. He and his wife, they live in this sort of shack near the railroad tracks, whatever they. Oh, thank you very much. Was there railroads back then? I think there was. Anyway, near the railroad tracks, near the docks, whatever. The lowest part of the town. He says, well, a little shack. You'll see it separated over. Says, thank you very much. He goes over there. It's 4 o'clock in the morning already. Knocks on the door. Hears inside a lady saying, 1 minute. Opens the door. There's a lady standing there. She tucks her hair under her hair covering. The rabbi, the holy rabbi, she said, you probably came to curse my husband, Shmerel. Good. I'm going to get him. I'll get him. He said, excuse me, but that's not the reason. Just wait right here. I'll get him. Finally. So he's standing by the door. He hears this screaming, wake up, you lazy, good for nothing, wake up. As he hears somebody, there's a pump, filling up like a big with water, and maybe a pail with water, and somebody threw the water, and he hears screams, it's a flood, I'm dying. And she says, wake up, the rabbi came to curse you. No, I don't. And she has her husband there. She has him by the ear, and he takes him, and he sees the rabbi, and he falls, and he's sopping wet, and he falls down. He said, and the rabbi says, what is this? What is going on over here? He said, Rabbi, please, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, I don't mean it, please. The rabbi said, listen, I didn't, she's misunderstood. I didn't come to curse you. I just want to talk to you. I don't come to, I want to ask you a simple question. It's nothing to do with anything bad. And he says, please, Rabbi, don't curse me. Don't. He says, I'm not going to, listen, go put some dry clothes on. And let's talk. So his wife said, you didn't come to curse him? No. Okay, come in, sit down. There's a table. You can see that it's like the night before they had the Passover. There's a little bit of matzah there and the table, a bottle of wine. So finally he gets all dried up and he sits down opposite the rabbi. And the rabbi said, listen, Shmerel. He said, I wanted to ask you something. What did you do last night in the Seder Passover? He said, Rabbi, please, don't make, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. It's not my fault. I just don't know any better. I did my best. Please don't. He said, listen, stop crying. You did something good. I want to know what you did last night in the Seder. Please tell me it was something good. I did something good. Just tell me what you did. He said, okay. He said, last night was Passover, right? Yes. He said, well, a few hours before in the daytime, so I was in the street begging money. He said, that's who I am. What can I do? He said, when I was born, I wasn't so smart. My mother passed away shortly thereafter. My father passed away even before I was born. And I was thrown around from family to family in the house. And I wasn't really so smart. It was hard for me to read, hard for me to this. And finally, they even tried to find me a job. And I was a cobbler for a couple of weeks. It was terrible. I got everything wrong. I put nails the wrong way. And then they find me this, I got a shidduch they made, and I got married to this wonderful woman. Look, my wife she's just an angel. She's so, how she puts up with me. Anyway, so I tried different jobs, and nothing I did succeeded. But one thing I did that I really did succeed very well at, and that is getting drunk. I'm really good at that. That I'm good. I take a bottle of vodka, I drink, and I get drunk, and it works. It's the only thing I succeed at. Says, but where do I get money for it? So I beg money in the streets. Half of the money I give to my wife, and half of the money I buy up. He said, yesterday in the morning, I was sitting on the streets. I see everybody's running around, and they're all running. So I stopped one of the people that usually gives me money, and I said, excuse me, can you tell me, what is everybody running around for? And he said, Shmerel, don't you, tonight is going to be Passover, Pesach. I said, Pesach? Wow, what's Pesach? What is it? Pesach, that's what they blow the shofar. No, that's Rosh Hashanah. Pesach, that's how it, listen, we eat matzah, we drink wine. Listen, what's relevant to you is 8 days outside of Israel, it's 8 days. 8 days, you can't drink that vodka. I said, what? 8 days. Oh, I'm starting to remember. I started to remember, yeah, this is really a heavy holiday. 8 days, I can't drink the vodka. Listen, Shmerel, enough. Here, take some money. Go and buy meat, fish, go buy matzahs, go buy wine. You have to make a Passover night tonight. You got to go home. Okay, so that's what I did. I went and I bought wine, and I bought meat, and I bought matzah. I bought all the things, and I took it to my house. My wife was so happy. I had money left over. I bought a big bottle of vodka, And I figured I have to drink enough for 8 days. So I drank the whole thing down. And I went home and I went to sleep. And then all of a sudden, it comes the nighttime. My wife wakes me up. You see how she does it? She threw a big pile of water on me. And she said, wake up, Shmerel. All the other husbands and the Jewish husbands are making a Seder Passover, and you're sleeping like a dead cow. Wake up and make the Seder Passover like all the other. I said, okay, I'll do it. So I put on my clothes and I staggered to the table. I'm all drunk. And I open up my eyes and I see that everything is white. Everything is clean. And my wife there's candles lit. And my wife is sitting, she looks like a queen. She's got a dress, a new dress. And she says, make the Passover Seder. Do it. So I'll tell you the truth. I don't really know how to read, but I have the Passover, the book in front of me, and I saw the pictures. So I made it so that the pictures are right up. And she said, do it. Say the Passover night, make the Kiddush, drink the wine, eat the matzah. So I said, listen, I don't know what to do. So I said, listen, God. I said, you know me, but I don't know you. You know, I don't know how to read. I'm a simple person. I don't know really anything. One thing I do know, though, is that thousands of years ago, you took us out of Egypt. And I'm sure you're going to send Mashiach, and he's going to take us out of the troubles we're in now. And I drank the 4 cups of wine, and I ate up the matzah, and I went to sleep. Please forgive me, Rabbi. I don't know any better. So Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Bradichev said, now I know why your Seder Passover was better than mine. Because I was thinking about all these Kabbalistic ideas and unifications and everything, and also Mashiach. And you got right to the point with all of your heart. Mashiach now. And that's why the simplicity of the Jews is the essence of Judaism. And it's better, it's the point, the inner point, the crown of the King Mashiach, that Mashiach is going to crown every Jew with this simple desire. We have to have Mashiach now. Have a good day, everybody. See you all tomorrow at 8:15.
8:15. Thank you. Uplifting story.